on hills. We got rain coming in tomorrow, but not a lot, so it should be all right. It shouldn't destroy it. I'm just doing the sides, a couple laps around the steepest areas too. Once it's wet, it doesn't dry out right away, and I don't want to be sliding down the hill. This is a pretty steep property. Anyway, got the New Holland Sperry 7-foot haybine hooked up. So you can see I already made a couple passes. I'm also not perfect around corners and such. You can see I miss some sometimes. That's okay. It's alright. I can clean it up with a lawnmower. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to impress anybody.
Besides me.
want to see beautiful background.
No.
You're not recording yet?
Oh, of course not.
Oh, good. So the older the equipment, the more you need to maintain, which mainly means grease the heck out of it. And this guy has a few grease points, and it's easy to forget where they all are, so you just take your time going around. And if some of these don't have a grease point or a grease zerk, so I just put a little in there. It'll work its way in. And then they've got these little points here too. Are you gonna move around, camera lady?
Yeah, when you're done.
You can come up here and show them the grease points. Everybody wants to see the grease points.
Mm-hmm.
That one's under here. Hi, Mom. Mom, you were away for 2 minutes, Mom.
I know.
A couple of pumps for each of those. And then you flip these covers open, you can see the chains and the belts. So I usually just throw a little on the chain, like a couple spots. This thing sits out too, so definitely important to re-grease everything. I ran out the other day, so I really only greased the most important spots, which is basically the roller here. You can see somebody a long time ago rolled up on something there. That's all I'm doing is just looking. Oh, here's one here. Oh, that one. Put a little grease on this chain too. Oh, right there. See, this is what they mean by using your head, right?
Yes.
Again, if I don't see a zerk, I can still put a little dab of grease on there. Now there's a bunch of them in here because each of these rotates on its own. So there's a zerk at each point. Around there, in the center, and on that side where they've got roller bearings. This is super exciting, right?
I can't contain my excitement.
I'm sure we won't edit any of this out.
Oh, no, of course not. It's too exhilarating.
Yeah, I mean, that's why people come to my channel, I'm sure.
Yes, that must be it.
See the grease. It's getting a little warm out here, isn't it?
A wee bit.
So those are real important. I got the main on the other side. Here's the main on this side. You should see a little bit of grease come out. See the old grease there. It's not coming out yet. Oop. Might be coming out inside. Nope. She's thirsty. There we go. All right. And then I think it's called a wobble gearbox, wobble box. This is the piece that goes super fast back and forth with the sickle bar. So you definitely want to make sure this gets greased. So there's one on this side, and then there's another one right here on that side. And then there's one here. Yeah, a little grease. There. Let's see. Don't forget any. Of course, that's why you do it before and after. If you miss it before, you might catch it after. This shield, it's busted here. I should really just take this shield off. I know you're supposed to have them on there, but when they're broken, they're more detrimental than beneficial, I guess. We're gonna get some of the main ones on the tractor now. Main grease points. This side's a little, a little more important because I do have a slow leak. You can see it dripping. Military, we'd call that a class 3 for sure. But I just add a little hydraulic fluid now and then keep it in. This grease helps slow down the leak. Bad sealing there. I'm not a mechanic, but I can figure most things out, and a lot of times that just means delaying having to do something, because again, I'm not a mechanic, and what would take a mechanic 2 hours would take me all day, right?
Yes.
And with these hills that we're on, it's really important to grease all of the wheel bearings and whatnot, because they just take a lot of pressure.
As what one of our littles would say, ages. It would take ages.
Huh? You lost me, babe. And there's one in the very center where the front axle pivots. Right here. Ooh, I can hear it pushing there. That's satisfying. And again, until you start seeing it come out. These new, start and stop it. You lost me, babe. And there's one in the very center where the front axle pivots. Right here. Ooh, I can hear it pushing there. That's satisfying. And again, until you start seeing it come out. These new tie rod ends, you know, they don't have a grease zerk on them. So, I mean, I don't like that, but what are you going to do? Sometimes you lose your zerks because of just the dust and everything. I don't keep my stuff as clean as I should. And I'm not using the loader right now, but I will be. Oh, we got some dirt bikes.
Mm-hmm.
But I will be for the pallet forks. Yeah, it's a good idea. You know, you're picking it up, putting it down a little bit just while you're using the tractor. So good to throw a couple pumps into the loader too. You got not getting anything in the picture there, Mama.
Yeah, I am.
You're getting what people want to stare at.
Yes.
Beautiful old tractor.
Yep, that's it.
Come on, Grace. There we go. Must have been an air pocket. All right. Well, I know I'm missing a couple. Like the 3-point, there's a couple of grease points on it. But that's like if you're adjusting it, which I haven't done in a very long time. But I only have, what, 2 pieces of 3-point equipment anyway. Most of my stuff's just pull behind. But we've got the rototiller and the bush hog.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, getting warm. We got the rake. The rake will be going today. Flip it over so the bottom can dry. And the rake's got quite a few grease points. Not as many as I wish it had, because it'd be nice if each of these had a grease zerk on it. A couple of them do, that were replacements. But not all of them do. It's an old rake. I mean, when you've got stuff growing on it.
You need a new tire.
Yeah, this one. I mean, it's doing the job, but when this is a ground drive rake, so not having tread on it, that side does. It should have aggressive ag tires. That way it engages easily. It's doing fine, but when I replace them, who am I kidding? When I replace it, I'm gonna get used car tires, but maybe they'll have like. All right, so we got our baler here. If you recall from another video, I put the wheel back on, but I realized, oh, we got a little bit too much play there. We got a tub of grease. That does not look like the consistency's a little off, but let's see. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. The date on it's good, like on bad. Oh. All right. Pop this cap off. See what we're dealing with. A wee bit rusty. Come on. Got a little bit. There we go. Come on. There it is. Oh, look how pretty that is. John Deere green is looking pretty good. All right. I've got this little cotter pin here. Let's see if we can get that out of the way. Get under it with a screw. screwdriver. Try to bend it back straight. Coming. Can't take too long on this project. I got a bale. Hay's still a little wet. Well, I say wet, it's damp. But another hour or two at the most, it'll be ready to take off the field. Alright, so there's your pin. Last year I did one side of the haybine. And the last guy had a nail stuck in there bent. Alright, so we've got that off. Now I can turn this. I wonder if I have that size. It might come off pretty, oh, that might come off easy. There is a little grease in there. But, I mean, it's got to be ancient. So I bought a wheel bearing off Amazon, and so if this one doesn't look good, doesn't spin freely, I'll be replacing it. Otherwise I'll just repack it. Alright, let's have a look. By golly, that's still good. It just, there's really no grease in there is all. So I'm not going to move it any further than that. I'm going to get this guy dunked in some new grease. Slathered in that. Now, this tub's been sitting in the sun too, so it's nice and warm. And we'll just put it right back in there. Actually, let me grab a little bit of grease and get it right up in there too. The plan is to haul this further than I'd like to. My sister's place is about 12 miles down the road, so definitely wanted to make sure the wheel bearings were in good order. There. Still turning freely and get some fresh grease. Let me go wipe these fingers off. And then we'll button it back up. Easy, quick project. All right. So the bearing's back in there. I'll take my nut here and put it right back on there. Make sure I don't cross thread it. Come on. Where are you at? There it is. So you don't actually want to tighten these. If you do, the wheel won't want to turn freely. So you basically get it so it's snug, and then you back it off just a bit to where you've got that hole exposed again, and then you find your pin. Hope you didn't lose it. And put it right back in. And give it a little taparoo. And then I will test my theory. Make sure I'm up off the grass. Still spins freely. Still gonna have that jiggle, but at least I know there's grease in there. So that's good. Sometimes it's hard to get these back on, these caps back on, because you've got all grease around there. There's no way for the air to escape, so you're kind of pushing against essentially pressurized air. Ooh, there was a burr there that got me. I don't think I'm bleeding or anything, but there you go. And I can put a little dab of grease in there too. No reason to overload it. That's actually more grease than I started with. And I almost forgot, make sure I bend my pin back. Actually, this cap probably wouldn't even go on there with the pin out like that. So, get it started, and then just like that, right where it was. I wish I had my rubber mallet with me, but this should be alright. Oh yeah. Good to go. It's warm out. We're I think our feel like temperature is only 84 or 85 right now, but well, spinning pretty good. Bearing still looks good. We can just hope it makes it there and back. Still got that play. It'll be alright. I've seen worse. We're going to do the same thing on the other end, and we'll be off to the races baling again once I grease her up. Got it set up to make these little bitty cubes. They're not even quite 2 feet long. Call them back savers. Pick them up with one hand, piece of cake. Don't have to be a He-Man. Hopefully they'll sell. Think of the little minis. Ah. Haven't broken too many bales today. buy this cool new toy, you buy the next one, we share. But this, my truck over there is full of shingles, so it's out of commission until we get that cleared out. So I can't just pull my trailer around with my four-wheel drive truck to pick up bales. So I've been using the lawnmower cart, 4 or 5 bales at a time. Little time consuming. We tried the whole good idea fairy moment when I said, oh, I'll get pallet forks for the tractor and I'll put down pallets. Well, when you're like this on hills, yeah. Pallet forks were designed, I believe, for warehouses with flat concrete
Or
floors.
flat fields that we don't have out here.
Yeah, we don't have them out here. Like our flat spot is like this big.
It's a runway.
Yeah. So this is the preferred method for this cutting. Next cutting, truck with trailer behind it. What, 2 or 3 passes, we get them all, you know. 250 bales off of this field, that field, and the neighbors. Well, I tried to do the neighbors, but believe it or not, his is even steeper than this. And at some point, you can't run parallel with the hill. At some point, you got to turn up or down. And with that plunger on the baler going, and with it being so dry, you actually get worse traction when it's really dry because there's no grip. The tires don't dig in at all. Yeah, I had some pucker factor going on for sure. For a moment, I'm like, I'm gonna die. So, yeah, we're not gonna try to do that again. We'll bush hog over there, and that's it. What do you think?
Yep.
Camera lady.
Yep.
I get 4 across and shove them in there just right. This looks like terrible, but I'm just trying to get this pallet so I can put it down in the barn. Get some, gotta get it up off the ground or it'll pick up moisture. Look at this one. That one didn't even get tied like tight, and it's tiny. They're all tiny. That's what you're like. Why are those bales so freakishly small? That's on purpose, because I mean, look, I got like. I could probably do 4-finger and pinky. I mean, look at that. They're like, I don't know, 10-pound bales? 15 maybe? Easy. Easy work. And you know what? If you bale it, they'll buy them.
Maybe, we'll see.
Hey, listen. Little teenagers that ain't strong enough to lift a 75-pound bale, they'll buy them. Old men with bad backs, they'll buy them. My dad used to call them Clydesdale biscuits. Yeah, Clydesdale biscuits. Kind of funny. I think I'll call them handy-ish bales.
There you go.
'Cause they don't stack very well. Otherwise, they're cool. Whew. It's hot. The spittle is mandatory when it's hot. It helps.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, big stack over there.